8.9 magnitude. Now, we know that's a big number. It was the fifth largest earthquake in history. But you can only really understand the enormity when you see these pictures. An earthquake so strong it literally shifted the Earth's axis by about 25 centimeters. It all started at the epicenter near Sendai, 230 miles northeast of Tokyo. Shock waves that gave birth to a massive tsunami that started 35 minutes later, Saigai, the Japanese word for disaster.
That tsunami reached 23 feet high in some places, nearly twice the height of me standing on Chris's shoulders, for example. And that wall of water is primarily the cause of a death toll that is in the hundreds, but is certain to rise, with 88,000 people in Japan still unaccounted for. The tsunami is also what triggered so many fears in the U.S. today, as the entire West Coast and Hawaii went on alert. But tsunami alerts and warnings were not foolproof in Japan. The people there had little time to prepare, and even worse, few places to run.
It has SOS. Helicopters, please land here.
Today, Japan woke up to widespread devastation. It is hard to believe it's been just 24 hours since the most massive earthquake in recorded Japanese history. It began as a sunny Friday, much like many others. But at 2:46 in the afternoon, without warning, the earthquake struck.
This is the diet session recorded earlier, right when the earthquake hit Tokyo.
Supermarket shoppers tried to stay on their feet. Airport travelers dodged falling debris. And a TV crew setting up for an interview was suddenly interrupted. Buildings in Tokyo swayed back and forth for half an hour. As powerful aftershocks rocked the island nation, news anchors wear helmets on television. But the disaster has only just begun. The quake unleashes 3 massive tsunami waves that hurtle toward the coast of Japan at speeds of up to 500 miles per hour.
In Sendai City, a tsunami reached as far as 10 kilometers inland.
For the people in the northern city of Sendai, still dazed from the quake, there was too little time to react.
A large part of the city has been struck, engulfed by this tsunami.
Huge boats are torn from their moorings and tossed into overpasses. Houses are crushed like kindling by the awesome power of the waves. And everything is smashed together into a deadly wall of debris that consumes everything in its path. As the wave streaks along the flat countryside, the CCTV cameras record the slow-motion swallowing of an entire airport. A bullet train filled with passengers and tourists traveling along the coast disappears, so far without a trace.
We are watching this incredible torrent of debris.
In the ocean, a huge whirlpool forms off the coast, a result of the ocean floor essentially cracking open, the water acting like it would as if a bathtub is draining, potentially sucking everything down to the ocean floor. Miyagi police report that a boat with 81 people on board is missing.
Please evacuate and take precautions.
Japan is the only country in the world with an early detection system for earthquakes. It worked well by all reports, sending warnings across the country and allowing some factories time to shut down. Still, an oil refinery explodes.
And that fire in an oil refinery completely under control, a large inferno.
Perhaps most ominously, this nuclear plant on the coast of Fukushima is in a state of emergency when its backup generator fails, compromising its ability to keep its radioactive core cool. The reactor is only 170 miles northeast of Tokyo. Even as Japan mobilizes a global realization that the giant wave is traveling east across the Pacific.